Um, greatness can be a few things to different people. But for me, I think greatness would be accomplishing enough of my goals and dreams to also help others and then leave a legacy and leave good memories and good stories for family, for future family, and even just the public, the fans, something that they can remember me by. That would be achieving greatness. Rainbow, look at that. Not professional.
That's my greatness.
Talking shit about me on the phone. I put my phone away and her phone's the one that goes off.
You messed it all up. What's the greatness of?
We have naked ladies on TV. Okay.
That's inspiration.
That's
Actually,
That's motivation.
actually, there you go. Though, what do you believe is your biggest inspiration? Like your motivation?
My biggest motivation, inspiration.
Like what motivates you the most? Like today, right now.
Look, I feel that I have a lot more to accomplish, to give my people, my fan, people who support me, just more memories and great memories to remember me by, right? So I look at my career, and I'm still not done. I know there's so much more I can accomplish, and that's what keeps me going. That's what drives me to continue and striving for bigger fights and bigger accomplishments, bigger challenges. I've accomplished enough to be considered a very good fighter, but in order for me to be bigger and just great, there's a lot more that I want to accomplish, that I know I can accomplish. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated. I'm never I'm not gonna settle right now. There's much more to do.
Well, you proved with your last fight, going up 2 weight classes, that you're up for any challenge. And he wasn't just a guy up 2 weight classes. He, by far, is considered to be one of the most dangerous fighters.
Yeah.
And, you were excited. Like, this was something that you were literally like, yeah, I can't wait. You had this mentality about it. And, unfortunately, you did not walk away with the victory that night. Now, how did that affect you? Or how has it affected you in any way?
It was a big fight, a fight that I really, really wanted. I wanted to win. I believed I could win, so I took that type of challenge. Not many fighters are willing to challenge themselves that much or to take on big challenges like that. But moving up in weight class is not something that easily done. And I've been doing that over the years of my career, and this time I wanted to just challenge even more. It didn't go my way. That's all right. It's just boxing. I mean, it's what happens in boxing, but that's not gonna be the end. That's not gonna affect me in any negative way. It hasn't affected. It's not gonna stop me, from challenging myself or from pushing myself. I'm still motivated as I ever was to get back and show everybody that there's much more to Mikey Garcia than what you have seen.
Can I ask you a question? Like right now, you said it didn't affect you negatively. So has it affected you in a positive way? Could you say, like, did you do an assessment from that last fight that you used?
I have never sat down to look back and feel like assessing what happened, what ways did it affect me, positive or negative.
Just kept it moving.
Just kept it moving. It's boxing. I didn't win that one. Okay, big deal. Fuck.
100%.
I know there's much more that I can do. One loss against the best welterweight in the world ain't nothing bad. Shit. Okay, I'll get him on the rematch. That not a big deal. That's the way I see it. I keep moving. I don't focus on the past. I don't focus on what happened, what could have happened, what I should have done.
Most definitely.
No, you just look forward and keep moving forward and just keep staying motivated that way.
Yeah, well, now, of course, there's Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao just walked away with a great victory against Thurman. And, again, you're like, that's another challenge that you seek.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to fight anybody, really. I know there had already been talks about potentially fighting Manny from years ago. Never happened, but, now, again, there's always that conversation. What if Manny fights Mikey? Could that happen? Could that be a good fight? I would love that fight. I gotta earn my fight. I gotta get back and get something so that people believe that I'm worth, of challenging Manny. But I believe I am. I believe I am. Um, I think that'd be a great matchup. Um, I know he's busy with his political obligations, so he's not even talking boxing right now. We did mention to his team a few weeks ago, and they said that they'd like that. They'd be interested in that kind of fight. But that's all it is right now. So I don't know where it could go, but I would definitely jump on that if that was available. That'd be a great matchup, and a fight with him would put me back on the top.
What about Danny Garcia?
Same thing. They mentioned it earlier, in the year, like in May. I started training thinking that was gonna happen, but it never got done.
But you see him as well
I think
as a challenge.
he and his team were also maybe waiting for Manny because he has stated that he thought he was gonna be fighting Manny before Keith Thurman. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe he kind of held out. I think that's what happened. Probably held a little bit and didn't push the fight. But I know he's willing to fight anybody as well. He's fought some of the best, of the division and the division before him. He's been champion. So he's willing to fight anybody. That'd be a great matchup too. I mean, I think the fans would really enjoy that fight.
Most definitely. So, again, what is it for you to achieve greatness?
I just wanna be remembered. I think achieving greatness can be different things to different people. But for me, I want to be remembered. I want to be, in the history books. I wanna. My name's not gonna die. That's it. I'm gonna be immortal in the books because of what I've achieved. That'd be greatness. And even furthermore, what I really, really want to push for and want to do is leave, lasting memories and just moments that my fans, my people can remember, can go back and say and point out, look, that Mikey did this, Mikey did that, and even outside of boxing, even better. If I can in any way help, motivate, inspire people, touch someone just by something I did or something they saw me do or they heard me say. I mean that's great right there. That's really being great.
Awesome. And speaking of doing things and helping people or touching somebody out, not helping people. There's a lot more to you than just being a boxing champion.
Yeah, I don't consider myself just a fighter. I mean, a lot of times people ask me, "Aren't you a boxer?" I'm like, sometimes. That's just some of the stuff that I do. I mean, that's what I'm known for. But there's a lot more that I do that people don't know because I don't put it out there. Because I don't put it on social media or because I don't talk about it. But I do try to help a lot of people. If I can lend someone a hand, it's almost like my duties. If they support me, why shouldn't I help them? In return. So yeah, we do a lot for the community. We do a lot for charities, for people in need. That's part of me giving back. They take their time to watch me. They take their time to buy a ticket and go watch me or travel or whatever it may be. Just to support me because they want to see me fight. For 20, 30 minutes in the ring. Yet they make a whole event out of it. So if they are supporting me that much, I will back to my people. Give them back a little bit of time, even if it's just a meet and greet, a little moment, a handshake and an autograph. That goes a long way. That makes them feel good, and that they got to meet me in for a moment or talk, exchange a few words. That's me giving back to them. And when people are in need of something, we help. I don't put it out there, but we.
No, of course. Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff that, I don't do it necessarily for the PR, because I don't do it for PR.
No.
I do it because it's a good thing to do. But I stay busy with other things, a lot of other projects, lots of other projects.
Are you allowed to say anything of which you stay busy with?
Something. Well, yeah. Look, I do a lot with the boxing, with the fighters. I help. Recently, I've been kind of guiding some of the fighters. I don't want to say I'm a manager because I wouldn't say I'm a manager. I'm not a manager. I'm still a fighter. I'm only giving them advice on what I've experienced personally as a fighter, going through problems in my career. So I've given fighters advice, young fighters. They ask for my opinion. I give them my opinion. It's their choice to make their call and make their decision, but they gotta learn. But I don't want to wait. I don't want them to wait until something bad happens for them to learn from their mistakes. I'm teaching them, what I experienced, so that they can kind of, have a better choice, a better idea of what it really is to be a fighter in top level fights. So I've also helped some of the fighters in almost like as a manager, helping them pick certain fights and make the best out of their careers. So I've done that, and we're putting shows together, promoting the shows for the local kids, local fighters, develop their careers, so that we can later maybe align ourselves in a better position to fight better fights, TV fights, get better exposure. But we got to develop here. That's where it starts. I started, my first fight was at Quiet Canyon when I turned pro, and I fought at other places. I think it was that one Gardens or something. I forget the name. I used to be a nightclub. Do you guys remember that? It's like in El Monte.
Florentine Gardens?
Florentine Gardens.
Yeah.
Florentine Gardens. I even fought there. I fought Quiet Canyon. I fought Oxnard, at the Performing Arts Center. I fought a lot of other shows too. That's how it starts. You develop, So that's part of the development stage for the fighters. So the local kids that we have, they need an opportunity to get in the ring. It's not about money right now. It's all an investment. Even for as a kid, they're not making money. Just because they're professional fighters doesn't mean that they're making money. They really are not. But they need to build. They got to build their careers. They got to build their record to be able to offer themselves or present themselves to a network, to a promotional company, against a big name or a big, in a casino type of situation where the network can pay better. But you got to develop. So they're investing just like I am. I'm investing in the local shows, to maybe one day bring a fighter out of there. There's no money right now to do. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm definitely not doing it for the money. I'm not making money off of the shows or off the kids. I'm not making no money off the kids. I'm doing it for themselves so that they can have an opportunity at their career. So I'm doing it to help them, not for myself. I do other stuff, stay busy, promotion in Dallas. We got a fighter fighting this weekend in Midland. We got a fighter fighting in Midland against Villa. So we got Vivas against Villa. Vivas just recently signed to us prior to this last one.
So you guys have signed fighters?
A few, just guys that we want to kind of work with a little more. The other kids, it's not that we don't want to work with them, but sometimes they might feel like, maybe I don't want to sign just yet. That's okay. It's fine. I'm not asking you to sign, like, you need to sign or I'm not going to put you on my show.
Definitely.
No, it's fine, I'm not doing that. The kid that we signed because they really wanted, be able to maybe to guide them a little more, help them a little more, push a little more. So we did. What else? You know about the real estate and stuff like that. I do some real estate, do some stuff.
So you do real estate.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you have like a few apartment.
I have a few things. I've done some houses, some apartments, some flips, some rentals. I started doing that back like in 2010, first house I bought.
So do you just like business overall?
I like to stay busy.
You like to stay busy?
I don't like to just be home watching TV. I don't do
So you're always productive, basically.
I'm always productive, always moving, always figuring out, something to do. Now we're doing the cars. Now I got into the cars, buying cars that I can sell, stretching those Range Rovers. We were working, we got 2 done, we're working on the 3rd one, almost done. The 4th one will be done a few weeks later. And these are all just demos that we kind of wanted to get a feel for. I'm getting ideas of what we can do to make them better. The seats, the position, maybe maybe a little little compartment here. Things I'm paying attention to things like that. What I can do to make it better, right? So the customer doesn't have to complain or ask, hey, I want this option, I want that. It's there, taken care of. It fits their needs, that kind of thing. So that's what I've been working with, these 3 Range Rovers that we got stretched. It's like an executive style passenger car, right? But we've already getting orders. People, other dealerships that want them. We got a dealership here, Newport, Florida, and Miami that has asked us, and one in Texas that we showed them a little bit about it, and they started asking for orders. I told them, well, hold on. Right now, I'm just showing them off. Wait till I'm done, and then we can, start the full production.
I like that. I'm just showing them off.
Yeah, we went up to we went to the car show in Monterey. That was a success. We had a lot of people interested in them. We've shown them around, and people like it. It's a great concept to be able to have someone drive you without having the big sized limo, and it's a comfortable size. It fits in a regular garage, but it's got the interior hooked up to where the passenger will be comfortable. You can take a nap if you want. You can have all the entertainment if you want. It's a great experience there for the passenger, right? But I'm still figuring out what's best, how I can make it more comfortable for the individual, even better. So that's what we've been doing. We got 3, the 4th one almost done. So I'm doing that right now.
So it's almost like with what you do with your brands, because it's like that's what you do with yourself within your boxing, though. That's what I'm saying, because that's what everyone says about your boxing style, like how everything is so finessed, Yeah. So it's kind of like you apply that everywhere in your life.
Anything that I do, I want to make sure that it's done the way I like it and the way I would, enjoy myself. But I think about what others might need as well. Right now, we just launched our CBD this past Sunday, officially out. Available now online. P4P CBD. Go and you can actually purchase the oil, the balm, the gummies. We got the CBD now finally out.
So you have the CBD, the Garcia Promotions. You have your real estate, and you have the car company, and you're a boxing champion.
I don't do a whole lot in stocks though. I have stuff, but I don't. That's still new to me. So people always say, "Oh, get in stocks, Yeah, but I don't know stocks. I did do a little bit of investing in some of the in the markets, but very little, just to kind of play around with it. Not so much. I put a little bit of money around just to play, just to kind of get a feel. But I have a friend of mine who does it. He's a financial advisor, and we became friends. And he suggested don't do too much because you don't know it. Just play with it, just to learn. He told me where kind of what he feels, but just a little bit. Maybe I'll do that later. Not right now.
And then when do you foresee you starting training camp again?
Well, I'll stay in shape right now. I'll still stay active. A few days out of the week I'll be sparring, just helping the rest of the guys there. But once I get a secure date for my next fight, then I'll map out the camp. 8-10 weeks is normal training camp period. So I'll figure that out. I already have an idea. I just can't tell you exactly when because I don't have an exact date. But I have an idea of when I will be fighting. I don't have an exact date to start preparing.
Of course.
Or I don't even have an opponent. But I have an idea of where I want to be. So I'll start training to get there once I have an exact name and date and everything.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.